Okay, so this video goes out to those of you who feel like you aren't worthy of happiness, like you're not worth living, or like you don't deserve to be happy, or for those of you who are suicidal, homicidal, have violent thoughts about others, or just in general feel like you're not worth anything. I'm here to tell you that you are worthy and that you do matter. You matter so much, and you have made a positive difference to someone, whether you realize it or not. And you're probably thinking, what the hell do you know? You're just some random 20-year-old. You don't know what I've been through, what the hell my situation is, what I've done in the past, whatever. And yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know your situation, but I do know that you have made a positive difference, and I know that you have brightened someone's day up, whether it just be you've smiled at them, or you've just said hi to them, someone has greeted you, you've said hi back to them, or you've had a conversation with someone. That can really brighten someone's day up. And when you start to think that no one cares about you, I want you to think of me, okay? Because I care about you. I don't know every one of you. I probably will never get to know every one of you, but I care about you. I may not know about you, but I promise you I care about you a lot. And there are people in your life who care about you and who would miss you if you were gone. And I know it's really hard to see that when you're in that place, but when you are in that place where the depression or whatever thoughts are telling you that you don't matter, I want you to stand up to them and say, you know what, no, you're wrong. I do matter. I want you to remember this video, and I want you to remember me saying that you do matter, okay? And um I don't want you also, if for those of you who have violent thoughts or who have really disturbing thoughts, homicidal thoughts, or in the past you've hurt someone else really badly, I don't want you to think that you're not worthy of being happy and of being, able to live and have a good life because of your past or because of your thoughts. Because, we all make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. And yeah, granted, some people's mistakes cause unimaginable harm and hurt to other people. And if you're one of those people, I mean, you can't do anything about it, right? What's in the past is in the past. This isn't you beating yourself up over what happened in the past because you feel bad about it now isn't going to take that harm away, right? So, but what you can do is you can make sure or try really hard to become a better person and try to, just better yourself and, maybe become a nicer person. Maybe talk to someone about these thoughts you're having. If you're someone who has violent thoughts, talk to someone about these violent thoughts that you are having, and maybe talk to a friend, talk to someone. Maybe you can, learn some coping skills that can help you. Or just sometimes getting it out, getting those thoughts out helps so much to, make those thoughts go away, or, to have those thoughts toned down. And for example, let's say if you've bullied someone in the past, right? And now you feel horrible about it. You just feel like, oh man, I hurt them so much. I wish I hadn't done that. And well, what you can do now is that you can be nicer to people, and you can, stand up for people who get bullied. Maybe if you see someone being bullied, stand up for that person and say to, just go up to the bully and say, hey, stop bullying them. That's not nice, or just stand up for the person being bullied. Or you can, like I said, you can try to be more nice. And if you ever find yourself having a nasty thought, nasty comments in your head, let's say you're in a group and you think, oh, I really you think of tearing someone down, just take a second and stop and think, you know what? No, that's wrong, because if I say these things to this person, that could totally tear them down. That could make them feel horrible, and it's just something you have to practice. Just like we have to, just like some people, all of us in general have to learn how to love ourselves. We have and how to be kind to ourselves. It's just something that you have to practice. You have to practice to be kind to others, and you can do it. I believe in you, and I believe you can make a change. Anyone, if you set your mind to it, you can change. And once you start being kind and nice to other people, you will start to feel better about yourself as well. And just the fact that you've acknowledged that, you've wronged someone, that you've hurt someone in the past, and that you want to make a change, and the fact that you feel bad about it shows how much you have grown, shows that you are moving forward. And also, you can always message me. Feel free to message me if you ever want to talk about anything. I promise I do not judge at all. Like, I try so hard not to judge. I try really hard to look to like step into the other person's shoes and see, like why they did what they did and like what they were feeling, and just I try to do that. So like if you need to message someone, message me. Like, I don't judge at all. And to those of you that have had violent thoughts about hurting others, or let's say really disturbing thoughts about other people doing stuff to whoever, and you've started to believe that you're a horrible, horrible person and you just feel like you don't deserve to have anything, I'm here to tell you that's wrong. You're not a horrible person. Just those thoughts you have, you can't control those any more than I can control my suicidal thoughts. It's not something you chose. You didn't choose to have these thoughts where you would be violent towards others. If you had the choice, you wouldn't have those thoughts, right? It's not something you can control. But you know what you can do? You can learn how to cope with those thoughts and how to process the thoughts and learn how to like push those thoughts aside, and or maybe not push those thoughts aside, like how to process those thoughts and learn to like let those thoughts go so that you don't hurt someone, and so that the urge to hurt someone like lessens. And I'm going based off my experience because like I had to take this intensive whatever program after I was in the hospital, and through those worksheets and learning those coping skills, like now I've like lessened the thoughts of like wanting to hurt myself. So I know you can do it too. I believe in you. And if you and maybe you can like go to a psychologist to talk to them about these thoughts. And I mean, I know I've like done a little bit of research, and I know that there's not too much like research or like what do you call it, uh like psychologists aren't not all psychologists are completely trained in like how to, I guess, help people with homicidal thoughts. Not I mean, I haven't done too much research, but you know what I mean. But so like if you go to a psychologist, if you go to a counselor, if you find that you can get professional help, you can message me. You can always message me, and I know I'm nowhere near professionally trained like at all, but sometimes just getting it out helps. Sometimes just like talking about it, I know from experience, like just talking about it, even to a friend, like about what you're feeling and your thoughts, and just like saying it. Once you say it out loud, it's just kind of you feel like it's like big relief, and it's like you don't think about that thought anymore. You might not think about your violent thoughts, or might not think about your disturbing thoughts anymore, or like just for the second. And I mean, also I can help you. I can, if you tell me like, oh, I've been going through this situation, and like like I've been having these thoughts, then like and you message me, and I may not be able to personally help you because I may not have been through that, but like I'm sure there are support groups online that are very positive and helpful, and I could look for that. Help you find those and get you the support that you need, because it just to know that a lot of you are going through something so crushing and just so like you have such a burden on you and you're going through it all alone. Like, I know how hard that is, and like I don't want you to have to go through that, so that's what I'm saying. You can message me, or and I can ask someone on this page who maybe has a background in psychology if they know of any like support groups, or if I don't have like exact plan right now, but I can, my point is like I want to give you the support system that I have. Like, I'm so blessed to have the support system I have. I just want to be able to give that to those of you who can't access that, who don't have that. And yeah, and like I promise I do not judge at all. Sorry, I keep on looking to the side. I just made a note of what I need to say, because if I don't, I'm just gonna ramble and not get to my point. Also, like, okay, also going back to that, like, if any of you know anyone who's struggling with depression, or any, like, just struggling with anything really, like, heavy and, like, mental health issues, like, ask them to message me, because I, like, even if they're not on this group, they can message me, and, like, because I just genuinely really want to help people, and I just, like, like I said, it's just that I just can't. It kills me to know that people are going through so much and they don't have anyone to talk to. And also, going back to how I said before, like, you never know how much you can affect someone and how much you can brighten someone's day. Like, I have a few examples of that. Like, I remember last semester I was just so depressed. One of these days, it was just like the worst day of my depression, and I was going to the fashion building for one of my classes. And as soon as I opened the door, this girl smiled at me. And it was just, a simple laugh, just a smile, but it brightened my day. I felt so happy and so good, and it made my day. The rest of the day, I felt that much better. I felt so much better just because of that simple smile. And she probably doesn't even remember me. She probably doesn't even remember who I am or even smiling at me, but she made a huge difference to me. She made such a huge difference to me. And also another example, I think it was last week, I was feeling really depressed, like kind of drowning in my depression and kind of having some suicidal thoughts. And I've been extremely happy, like I've been so happy, I'm so much better than I was. But of course I still get these thoughts, like it's just natural. Anyway, so I had to go to CVS, and the cashier, he just, he asked me, he was like, oh, hey, how's your day? It made me feel so good. Now, the cashier just did that as a formality. He doesn't remember it. He probably did it as part of his job, but it made me feel so, so good. Like, you don't even understand how much it helped me. Like, it kind of like pulled me out of my depression. I was just like drowning in my depression, and then after he said that to me, I was just like, oh, I feel better now. Like, it felt like my pain was like lifted, like someone cared. So, it's like surely in the past few months, you have said hi to someone, you have smiled at someone, you have, I don't know, engaged in a conversation, and then you might have made that person's day. You might have made that person's day so much brighter. Or, you have a pet. Maybe, you have a pet and you love them and you care for them. I'm sure that your pet appreciates it and loves you. I mean, they can't tell you because they're a pet. But, I'm sure they love it, and, like, they would miss you if you were gone, and you matter to them. You matter to them, sorry. And also another example, so my roommate this last year, she's just like the best. She was the best roommate I could ever ask for, and she's just so amazing. Like, she would always listen to me whenever I needed to talk or anything like that. But more importantly, she is just so friggin' hilarious. I mean, she's so funny. She always like makes jokes out of everything, and she would always make me laugh like every day. And looking back, if it wasn't for her, I would have been 100 times more depressed. And just, like, her being herself made me feel better. Like, she wasn't making jokes every day about everything just to make me feel better. She was doing it because that's just who she is. She was just by being herself. She made me feel so much better. Just her presence it lifted me up, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be laughing, like, every few days or whatever. So, it's like just by you being you, you can help someone. Like, maybe you made someone laugh where there was no room for laughter in their life, or maybe you were kind to someone, and you made that person think that, oh, there are kind people in the world. You gave them hope for that. Or maybe you're outgoing and confident, and you shared your story of how you were shy before, or just by being confident and outgoing, you made someone who was shy, who wasn't as outgoing, who wanted to be outgoing, give them hope that, that you could be that they could be outgoing. My point is, you do matter. You matter so, so much. And also, like, I just want to say, like, I've had girls on these groups message me before saying, like, oh, you, like, just your posts, they cheer me up. And, like, I never thought anything. I was like, I made stupid, dumb posts. Like, no one cares about them, or, whatever. I made them just because, whatever. But I didn't even know, like, some of my posts have cheered some people up, so it's like, you never know. And if those girls hadn't told me, I would never have thought that, But it's like, so many people don't tell you how much you mean to them, and how much you affect their lives positively. But you do, whether you realize it or not. You affect someone positively just by smiling at someone, just by saying hi to someone. You could make someone's day 100 times better. And surely I know all of you have said hi to someone in, like, the last few months, whether it be your mom, your parents, whoever's living with you. Maybe said hi to someone passing by when you're walking, and that made their day, So it's like, all of you do matter. You do, and you have made a positive difference. I don't want anybody to think that it wouldn't matter if, like, anything happened to you. And also, like, I know it's hard. It's hard to accept that, because, like, same thing last week, like I said, I'm much happier, but I've had suicidal thoughts. I still had, like, thoughts of, like, oh, if I just vanished, if I was just dead, it wouldn't matter. Life would go on. And I mean, yeah, life would go on, but it would affect people in my life. And it's hard for me to accept that I do matter, but I just have to keep on telling that voice in my head that tells me, no, you don't matter, and you, like, life would go on, you suck, you're horrible. I just have to stand up to it like I would stand up to a bully. I've never been bullied, but you would, like, stand up to that voice like you would stand up to a bully and say, you know what, no, you're wrong. I do matter. I matter, and I have made a positive difference. And I want you to remember this video. Remember, in the past few months, I can assure you, you have smiled at someone, you have said hi to someone, at least in the last few months, right? So you could have made their days. So you don't think you don't matter. You do matter. You matter so much. And I want all of you to try and come up with a positive character trait that you like about yourself. If you can come up with something, ask someone in your life, ask someone on these Facebook pages who knows you, ask me if we've talked before. I mean, if we haven't, the only reason why I say if we've talked before, because if we haven't talked before, I wouldn't really know. But anyways, ask someone, and I want you to repeat that to yourself every single day, okay? Repeat that to yourself every single day. And standing up to that voice that tells you you don't matter, it does get easier with practice. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to do that. But just like standing up to a bully, it gets easier with time, right? Okay, that's the end of it.